Hey, what's up, guys? What's up? What's going on? I know many of you guys have been waiting for the TMAS, and it's here today. TMAS is quite simple. I've been for the past, I would say, past couple of weeks thinking about putting it in a way and doing a video that it's easy for you guys to understand the concept. But TMAS is pretty simple. It's a combination of supply and demand, and imbalances, mitigation, and special times within the market that help you become reactionary instead of predictive, right? I know a lot of people have the issues of not knowing where the market is going to go, and they try to, and then that's what happens. People get burned because you're trying to be predictive instead of being reactionary, right? And you have to be a reactionary trader, especially with markets today that they're just so unpredictable, right? So it's best for you to become reactionary to the market. So let's get to it. So TMAS, what I like to do is on the 15-minute chart, I like to draw the low on the 8 o'clock candle, the high on the 8 o'clock candle, the low on the 8 o'clock, the low on the 8:30 candle, and the high on the 8:30 candle. You can do this on the 5-minute or on the 15-minute. I would suggest if you're starting out, do it on the 15-minute. The reasons why, right? Oh, and before we start, mark off your previous day highs and your previous day lows. I also like to mark off the previous 1 hour highs and 1 hour lows, okay? So what this does is simple. 8 o'clock is when, 7:30 is pre-market, 8 o'clock market's open, right? And we have an understanding that, institutions, Wall Street, they start putting in big blocks of money into the market. So we understand that there's a lot of liquidity there, right? And then 8:30, the reason why I mark off my 8:30 is because typically all major news come out at 8:30. That's also where a lot of liquidity rests, right? So what that helps you is once you start seeing respecting the 8 o'clock, they start respecting these timelines, right, and your charts, you start understanding that these are major zones because of liquidity that is there, right? So once you start seeing the market, like for example, this morning, I traded an NQ, right? I marked off my NQ, and if you go down on the 5-minute, look at these lines. Look at 8:30. Look um, how to the T it respected the 8:30 highs, right? Look at these zones, right? And this is every day, guys. Look at this bottom right here. You would have caught it this morning because it respected the 8:30 low, okay? What I like to do is I like to look at the 1 hour and I look for mitigation, right? And as you can see, there was an area here that needed to be mitigated right here, okay? And that's where I called the bottom, which you saw the recent post that I just made right now, and I called the bottom. Why? Because I knew that this area needed to be mitigated. So I waited patiently, right? Because I got stuck this morning just doing base hits. Because I'm scalping, I'm doing base hits around these zones here, right? This is only a supply and demand here, which I know that there's liquidity here because we understand that supply and demand is an area where we change character of the market. And as you can see how it changed here, and that becomes a zone that we know that there's a lot of liquidity. So this morning I just got caught here, all base hits here, right? Took a short because I saw it respected the 8:30 highs to the T on the 5-minute. I took a short, got out on these 1 hour previous lows, as I told you that I mark up as well, got out. And then I went strolled down to the 1-minute, and I was playing base hits along this imbalance. This zone of liquidity here. I was playing base hits. And then it cracked down because I was expecting the market to continue to be bearish. Why? Because I like to look at the 7. This is also part of the strategy. You look at the major stocks for the NASDAQ, they're all negative. Mostly all of them are negative. So that helps you understand that there's bearish pressure in the market, right? So I started looking at, like I said, on the 1 hour, I looked for this area before when I marked it up. There's an imbalance into the T, right? It came down all the way to the T, right? Because it needs to clear this area here. So with Bitcoin, it works. With crypto, it works. It's, crypto works with very well with the with the American um, liquidities, right? We understand that, yeah, the world has liquidity: Japan, Tokyo, London, et cetera, et cetera. But what really moves the markets is the American market. So it does work with crypto as well. But I would say that if you're trading NQ, this is like perfect. But with Bitcoin, it works. So that's basically what TMAS is all about. It helps you to become a reactionary trader, and these are extremely important time zones in the market, like I explained to you, right? Because at 8 o'clock, the market opens. We understand that institution in Wall Street puts big blocks of money into the market. Then 8:30, is the other important time slot. Why? Because majority of the major reports come at 8:30 in the morning, so we know that there's a lot of liquidity that lies there. So once the market opens after 9:30 in the morning, you start seeing, plays that are respecting or breaking these timelines. Then you understand that the market is going to the other direction where you marked it. So that's why I'm telling you to mark off the 1 hour previous high and the 1 hour previous lows. Those are your direct contact, your direct targets, and then also start looking for areas of mitigation, like I just showed you here this morning. We understood into the T, right? Because this area needed to be mitigated right here. There's a huge imbalance right here. Into the T, it came, knocked it down, and that's what helped me pick up my calling out the bottom of this play this morning. And so that's basically what TMAS is all about. It's not complicated, and obviously this is, I wouldn't suggest for you to use it solely. I use this as a confluence. I use it to, it's just another confluence for me, and then I mix that with my EMAs to understand much more on the market, and then I execute my trades. Um, I wanted to keep this video short. I don't want to go too long on it. It's not too complicated, but it's a nice strategy. I guarantee you that if you start incorporating it to your trading strategy, it's going to help you tremendously. So yeah, that's what TMAS is all about, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope that that it helps you as much as it helps me. All right. Till the next time, guys. Later.